I agree with them with this second point. You cannot be hating on people that are wealthy. You should figure out how they got there, how you are able to get there as well, or how you can replicate or do some of the things that people are doing in order for them to be there. Like me, part of the things that I've done is to create this YouTube channel. I love what I do here on YouTube, sharing my thoughts, sharing my strings of consciousness, my thoughts, my way of seeing the world when it comes to investing, sharing it with you guys, and having a mission base like the $1 million challenge. $1 million is a lot of money. A lot of people work their whole life and they never earn $1 million. So if I'm able to do it on this YouTube channel and I have proof of my process from day one all the way to $1 million, this all began with a series of tweets: how to get rich without getting lucky. Seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earns while you sleep. Money is how you transfer time and wealth. Status is your place in the social hierarchy. Understanding the fact that at an early age, that if you own ownership in things. Hello everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the topic of how to get rich without getting lucky. This is a topic that came up a while ago. It was a brainchild, an idea of one of the people that I follow very closely. I'm subscribed to him on Twitter, YouTube, and pretty much every single place that I consume content all the time. And his name is Naval. Today's topic is going to be based off of a tweet storm by one of the people that I follow, Naval Ravikant. The guy is a pretty smart guy. I would say he's pretty smart. I follow him on YouTube. I follow him on Twitter. And this is the topic of today's video. We are going to talk about this right here. This is the topic of today's video. Naval talked about a few ideas here where he gave his strings of thoughts, strings of consciousness about what it's like to get rich. So we are going to talk about some of these topics that he talked about on this tweet storm. This tweet storm was basically posted at 4, you guys look at the time right here, 4:23 a.m. May 31st, 2018. So this was 2 years ago. I was just roaming around his Twitter, just soaking in some of the things that he's been talking about, and I ran through this topic, and I feel like this is an important thing to share with you guys, my audience. So I figured let me come on, let me record what I think and add my own consciousness to this, and how I unconsciously apply some of the principles that he talks about in this tweet storm, apply it to my own life, and maybe this video also can be valuable to you guys as well. So when I read this, like I said earlier on, I knew that I have to share this with you guys and also point you to this guy's Twitter and also follow him. At the same time, I would recommend you go and follow him on YouTube as well. I'm definitely subscribed to his YouTube, and I have my post notification on. You guys see right here, I have my post notification on. I listen to his podcast. He gives out a stream of consciousness that I feel like it's very important for anybody that is on this journey of life to become successful in one way or the other. I would recommend you go and subscribe to Naval on YouTube, on Twitter, and at the same time, you can do a little bit more research on him. He invested in a few pretty big companies. He invested in Uber. He invested in Twitter. Poshmark. A lot of these companies that we all know, Wish.com. He invested in that. Here's a list of all the companies that he invested in. So he's not a dumb. He invested in Angels List. So he's not a dumb. I'm sure he has made a ton of money from all this investment, and I would highly recommend you go and follow him on Twitter. This is one of the people that I follow on Twitter, and I try to soak in all the information that they put out there as a stream of consciousness from their part. So before we get into my takes on the topics that I touch on, of course, like I always do, everything that I do on this channel, I present it to you as always as a research topic. So you can go ahead and look into it some more. Of course, all the links will be in the description. You know, everything that I do when it comes to presenting information and sharing certain things with you guys, all of the links are always in the description, and you can go and read up on all the things that we've touched on. And hopefully when you go check it out, come back and leave a comment on this channel so we can, you know, have our own little discourse, share your stream of consciousness on this topic as well. So the first biggest advice that Naval gave us, all of us, is you have to go and smash the like button. That is the first big advice that he gave us. Obviously, he didn't really say that. I'm just trying to be funny, even though my jokes are dry. So go ahead and hit the like button. Appreciate you. This all began with a series of tweets: how to get rich without getting lucky. Seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earns while you sleep. Money is how you transfer time and wealth. Status is your place in the social hierarchy. Okay, so some of the first topic that he point on, I feel like this topics are bang on. Okay, how to get rich without getting lucky. You know, a lot of people and a lot of families over in history, they've gotten extremely wealthy without getting lucky. And some of the concept that he talks about in this tweet storm, I believe that are the things that they've done, whether they didn't really think about it, but they were just naturally doing it. Seek wealth, not money or status. I completely agree with that. And how do you seek wealth? You seek wealth when you go to work and you make money. You have to put that money that you make, you have to put it into things that are going to pay you while you sleep. This is one of the reasons why I have a dividend and growth investing portfolio. When I work for my job, 50% of my money, I make sure my living expenses is low. You know, 50% of my money is invested right into companies that are out there producing things like Tesla, Apple, all these companies that are out there producing real value for people, and they go ahead and they sell their products for a ton of money and they make a little bit of profit, and they pay you, the investors, out of their profit. You know, if you were to do a compounding interest calculator and you calculate if you're investing $500 a month, every month for 12 months, and you do that for like 25 years. Let's say someone that is 20 years old, you invest $500 a month, and you invest that over a 25-year period. So when you're 55, there is no way that you are not gonna be accomplishing some of these things that he's talking about right here. He's talking about seeking wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earn you money while you sleep. Money is how you transfer time into wealth. Status is your place in the social hierarchy. I feel like this is an important point to soak in and to understand. The sooner you understand the fact that compounding is something that can only be accomplished by time, unless you won the lottery and you run into some big bucks and you're able to just take your whole lottery winnings and invest it right away. The second point that Naval pointed out to us is that he said, understand that ethical wealth creation is possible. If you secretly despise wealth, wealth will elude you. This is another great point, okay? I don't know why people hate rich people. Okay, for example, people like Jeff Bezos and all these people, they have created tremendous value for people. Do you know how many people sell stuff on Amazon? Because Amazon is a platform, like they just take a cut of whatever is being sold on their platform. So many people make so much money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by selling products on Amazon. Amazon has changed people's life. From the seller's point of view, that's changed people's life from the buyer's point of view. You can sit in your house and you can press a couple of buttons and you get your product right in front of you. That is what he's talking about when he says, understand that ethical wealth creation is possible. Granted, some companies, they take advantage of others, and that's a thing. The other thing that is also another point that I can point out when it comes to this topic is the concept of this YouTube channel. It takes me so long. It probably takes roughly, for one video, it probably takes me anywhere from 10 to 12 hours to record the video, plan the idea, edit the videos, thumbnails, and do so many other things in order to get this video out there, to present it to you guys, and to add to the vast of information that is on YouTube. So, I agree with them with this second point. You cannot be hating on people that are wealthy. You should figure out how they got there, how you are able to get there as well, or how you can replicate or do some of the things that people are doing in order for them to be there. Like me, part of the things that I've done is to create this YouTube channel. I love what I do here on YouTube, sharing my thoughts, sharing my strings of consciousness, my thoughts, my way of seeing the world when it comes to investing, sharing it with you guys, and having a mission base like the $1 Million Challenge. $1 Million is a lot of money, A lot of people work their whole life and they never earn $1 million. So if I'm able to do it on this YouTube channel and I have proof of my process from day one all the way to $1 million, this is proof. I feel like this is going to be valuable for people, and I'm so excited to do this. So for me, this is me understanding the second concept, understanding that ethical wealth creation is possible, because I certainly believe that this channel is going to get bigger, and by it getting bigger and me growing my audience on this channel, most likely it's gonna make me wealthy at some point in the future. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I know it's gonna make me wealthy. So I'm creating wealth by having this channel, because it's a way for me to put out my strings of consciousness, which are these videos that I make and present to you guys. And I hope you understand and, get what I'm trying to say. So the third point that Naval pointed out in this streams of consciousness is that it said, ignore people playing status game. They gain status by attacking people playing wealth creation games. Like, for example, there's a lot of fake gurus on YouTube. I always say to you guys, like, I'm not a guru. Like, don't take any of the things that I say as financial advice. That is always in all my videos, and it's in all my videos for a reason. I am not a professional. I would not come online, post these videos and lie to people and try to act like something that I'm not. I'm just a regular person just like you. I have, my brothers, I have my sisters, I have my family. I work, I'm just a regular person. So I'm not coming out here online trying to act bigger than I am. No. I am who I am, and I post according to things that are happening in my life. What is said here, I completely agree with it. Ignore people playing status game. People that are playing status games to me are like, you have all these fake gurus on YouTube, watch my Lamborghini, see my books. You know what I like more than my Lamborghini is my books. My books, I love my books. Meanwhile, they're trying to sell you something that is not even going to improve your life. Okay, they make money by acting like they're rich, but they're not rich. So you have to be careful and be wary of people like that online. So the second part of it says they gain status by attacking people playing wealth creation game. You completely understand what he's trying to say there. I completely love some of these things that he's putting out here. These are life gems that I feel like people should really, really, really understand. So there you go. That's why I have it out here. So in the next section on this tweet storm, it says, you're not going to get rich renting out your time. That's having a job. You must own equity in a piece of a business, dividend and growth investing in your own business, investing in things that in your own skill. Maybe you invest some money in yourself to learn a new skill so you can earn more money. And then when you earn that money, you can use that money to maybe invest back in yourself or invest in your own business, start your own business. But you can never get rich. You can never get rich by spending all your life working for someone else. I don't care if you make $250,000 a year. You can be making $250,000 a year and spend the whole $250,000 a year. You're not well off than someone that is making $12,000 a year. So that is a key point there. You must own equity in a piece of business to gain your financial freedom. Very, very strong points there. You have to own equity in pieces of business. The business can be yours. It can be other people's business. It can be, investing in your favorite company. Just ownership of things is where you gain wealth. Like, I learned this in my 30s. And if you guys go back and see and check out my bio and read about me, I posted when I was in my 20s. I don't know how to put bleeps, in my videos, but in my 20s, I done fucked up. Okay, that is what I'm gonna say. Okay, I've messed up a lot in my 20s, and I made a lot of money, and I spent a lot of money trying to impress people that are not important. Trying to impress, females and all these things. No. Right now, I could give 2x, okay, about people, about anything. All I do now is stay focused, be consistent with some of the projects that I have on. This is an important point here. You're not gonna get rich renting out your time. You must own equities in pieces of business. I wish I had something like this to reflect on when I was in my 20s, when I was in my when I was 18, 19, 20, when I was coming of age as a young man. I wish I had things like this, because understanding the fact that at an early age, if you own ownership in things, that's the quickest way to get rich. It would be the best thing for you, because a lot of people, when they're young, they spend so much of their money on rubbish things. So this is a key point here that I thought, let me share with you guys. The other point that he said that he made in this stream of tweet, it says, you will get rich by giving society what it wants, but does not know how to get it yet at scale. So my take on this would be like, for example, when the people that started YouTube, they never really thought like, wow, this thing will be so big that thousands and millions, hundreds of millions of people will be putting content out. By now, it would be something like a Netflix, because that's what YouTube is. But like, they just had an idea like, whoa, what if we create a website and we can just upload videos so other people can see what we're doing? Boom, boom, boom. They did it, and eventually, it reached a huge scale at that time. And Google came out and be like, hey, you know what, we're gonna give you $1 billion for this. And they gave the two guys $1 billion, and the guy said bye bye, adios. And see what YouTube is able to do now. Scale it to a place where $1 billion a month, Google is probably making more than $1 billion a month for YouTube alone. So, creating value for the world is very important for people that know that there's just this innate feeling that you will know in yourself that, hey, I'm built for something bigger than what I'm doing now. Like the job that I have is not where I'm supposed to be. It's not where I'm going to be. I'm built for something bigger. Okay, how can I get from here to there? That's the process in between. That's what you have to try to figure out. But, that's when you have to reach out to people that think like you, watch what they do, and, hopefully implement a little bit of what they do into your life as well. So this piece of advice here, I feel like it's actually very nice, and it makes sense to soak it in and try to make something of it in the future. The next thing that he said was, pick an industry where you can play long-term games with long-term people. This point of view right here perfectly applied to me. Let me tell you a story about what I'm trying to do with this channel. I believe that everybody that is watching this channel has the ability to get to $1 million. Okay, I challenge everybody that is my subscribers, that you're watching this channel. I challenge you to try to get to $1 million, because $1 million is such a big number. If you think about it, people work their whole life, their entire life, and they never make $1 million. So if you're able to do it in the next 10 years, if you're able to do it in the next 15 or 20 years, like you're one of the top people in the world at that time. So I feel like it's such a big goal to set, and to challenge yourself to get to it. So for me, the way that I've picked this topic, like, it's so crazy that some of this topic is like, I do it without even thinking about it, but seeing someone just tweeted about this like 2008, and I wasn't following him then. Pick an industry where you can play long-term game with long-term people. Like, for example, I decide to post what I'm doing on YouTube. This is something like quite brave, like post my finance, how I make money, what I'm doing with my money is quite big. Like, it's a big deal, but I believe that people need to see a real life, people that they can relate to, because some of my subscribers, you guys know me in real life. Like, if you can relate to that person and you communicate with that person and you see that person and that person is getting it done and you're seeing the process from A to B, this is the $1 million challenge. I started building my investment portfolio from $500 at a time. And I've been posting ever since then up till now that I have of almost 70 something thousand, and it's still going to be going all the way to $1 million. I believe that's a valuable thing to be able to show people how, that comes about. So, I feel like that is a valuable thing. So that's me picking something valuable to share with people. And at the same time, I picked a platform like YouTube, which I can share with people at scale. This is a global thing. It takes me like 10 to 12 hours to work on the video. I work on the video, I post it, boom, the video is done, it's out there. It serves people, it provides people with information at a big scale. And this is like a big, it's a good thing. It's a big thing, So this topic right here that it just mentioned, great topic. Pick an industry where you can play long-term game with long-term people. You guys that you're watching, you guys are my people for the long term. I appreciate every single one of you guys that subscribe. You're helping, me get into playing this long-term game, because when I started this channel, I never got any views. My video never got any view. And even if you think about it right now, most of my videos on average, maybe they get 50 to 100 views. It's still relatively small compared to like the YouTube grand scale of things, but it's okay. This is okay. It still amazed me, like 50 people just saw the video that I just posted. Like, wow, like that is crazy to me. Like, but I'll keep on doing my thing. I believe that over time, this is the best thing for me to do. And what I'm doing, showing people how I get from $0 to $1 million, is very valuable, And here on YouTube, you have a lot of people that they will tell you how I got to this, how I got to that, but they never show you proof. You can never go back 6 months ago and watch their portfolio 6 months ago, or watch where the net worth was like at 6 months ago. Like, you don't get a lot of that. And, a few people have it online, which, is great, but you don't get a lot of that from most people. So, this is part of me picking a long-term game by challenging myself to get to $1 million and doing it with long-term people. You guys that are subscribed to my channel, you guys are my people. I appreciate every single one of you guys. That's why I always say love you all, because I actually really do. Like, you support me, by watching this content, and, and I hope I provide value by increasing your scope of consciousness, by you seeing what's possible, and hopefully you're able to implement some of these things in your life as well. So I'm not going to make this video too long. I always try to make sure my videos are like under 30 minutes, but I'm not going to make this video too long. The whole point of this, me sharing this with you, is for you to go and subscribe to some of the things that he has to say. I've never really like publicly point you guys, hey, go to this person and go and subscribe to what they have to say, apart from Elon. But Naval is someone that I believe every single one of you guys, and you're subscribed to my channel, you should be subscribed to his Twitter, and you should be subscribed to his YouTube, just because he provides such great life-changing information for people that are serious about changing their life. Close the concept of what he's saying in this on this Twitter storm, saying a lot of things. But first and foremost, he's saying that you should not spend your whole life renting your time out for money. That is not going to get you wealthy. And I'm sure if you subscribe to this channel, you're trying to get wealthy and you're trying to see what's the process, you know, what other people are doing. You're trying to see that. So you are not going to get wealthy by exchanging your time for money forever. You can exchange your time for money for a certain period of time, and also just trying to find a way to be able to be more valuable to the world, so you can share whatever it is that you have to share with people, and you can share it on a bigger scale. Whether that is using your talent for something that you can share out with people, and you can share it on a big scale. Let's say, for example, if you have $1 million, for example, now, it will make sense to invest that $1 million. Let's say you invest it into the stock market. If you invest $1 million into the stock market, there's a heavy likelihood that $1 million is going to grow $60,000 every year, just in the growth of how compounding work in general. And at the same time, you know, that's $1 million will be paying you, you know, if you invest money in the stock market, and that's passively. You know, I have proof of that. I invest in the stock market. You know, I have proof of it. You know, I've earned like over $800 in passive income so far ever since I started my portfolio. I believe that is quite amazing, you know, especially for the small amount of money that I have in a portfolio. So that is nice. Or if you don't want to invest in the stock market, you can figure out how you can start your own business. You know, we all have talent in some ways, you know. We all have something that we can share with the world that is is something unique to us that we can share. You know, by doing that, it would over time create value for the world. And you can, the other point that he also mentioned was you get wealthy by creating value. Okay. People say this all the time, even in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon. What's the other book that I like? Think and Grow Rich. You know, like all these wealth creation principles, it basically says you have to create more value for people. You have to create things that people are willing to buy or listen to that will improve their life. Because at this point, you're not being selfless. You know, you're creating something that will improve other people's life. And hopefully, if a lot of people like it in the world, then you become wealthy through that. So the other point that he mentioned was, like, in order for you to make money, you don't have to take advantage of other people. You can make money by, you know, putting in your own honest work, and then you can take that money and put it into other things that will pay you passively, and you don't have to worry anymore about money in the future. I believe that is some of the key things that I took out of this, and I hope this video I believe that's some of the key things that I took out of this tweet storm. You know, this reading the whole thing is something that is bound to change your mindset. So I would recommend you at least take a little bit of time to read it, and also subscribe to him on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, subscribe to him on YouTube. I'm subscribed to him on both sides. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube, and I'm also subscribed to him on Twitter. Granted, this is not my logged in Twitter page, but I am subscribed to him on Twitter. So I hope you find this video informative on your journey to wealth creation. I figured this is, you know, a topic that you guys should know about, and he's a person that you should know about and make an effort to follow some of the things that he talks about. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you for watching. If you liked today's video, consider subscribing to the channel and being a part of the community. At the same time, please give the video a like. This is how you tell YouTube that you love what I do here on the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Love you all. Like I always say, love you all. Until next time, see you later. Bye.